2, 3, hold.
Please all rise for the national anthem sung by the 4th and 5th grade chorus. Also, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Memorial Day honors the men and women of the American Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, and Marines who died while serving their country. It began as a holiday to remember the American soldiers who died in the Civil War. As more wars were fought, it became a day for Americans to honor and remember those lost in the service of their country.
Joining us today, we have several former South School students who are currently serving in the military, as well as some members of our South School families
Who have served or are serving in our country. Please hold your applause please stand when you hear your name. Also, please hold your applause till the end. They include
Staff Sergeant Richard Arnold, Katie Scott's grandfather of the United States Air Force.
Senior Master Sergeant Larry Bathowich, proudest dad of the United States Air Force.
Sergeant Roland Kayer, Kaden Guthrie's grandfather of the United States Air Force.
Paul Cloutier, Gail Rogers' father of the United States Air Force.
Ron Cloutier, Gail Rogers' uncle of the United States Air Force.
Veteran Steve Costa, friend to South School of the United States Marine Corps.
Sergeant Steve Deasy, Scarlett Horton's grandfather of the United States Army.
Sergeant Michael Evers, former South School student of the United States Marine Corps.
Staff Sergeant Paulo Vaquera, Livia's dad of the United States Army.
Cadet Joseph Gavin, former South School student of the United States Army.
Second Class Petty Officer Barry Hedge, Tyler Corin's grandfather of the United States Coast Guard.
Sergeant Paul Loeffler, Emma Hickey's grandfather of the United States Army.
Sergeant Robert Millarney, Grace's dad of the United States Army.
Cameraman 2C, Deanna Melee of the United States Air Force.
Staff Sergeant Dolman Roman, Andrew Peetsy's grandfather of the United States Air Force.
Third Class Petty Officer Kenneth Savage, Ryland's grandfather of the United States Navy.
Specialist Jim Scott, Katie's dad of the United States Army.
Sergeant John Webster, Sienna and Olivia Kylan's grandfather of the United States Air Force.
Robert DeBono from the United States Army, grandfather of Ella and Jack DeBono.
Cody Lewis from the United States Air Force, father of Tenley Spore.
Kyle Piper, Staff Sergeant from the United States Air Force, uncle to Connor Burnett.
Gordon Headley from the United States Air Force, grandfather to Bennett McCullough.
Natasha Durand, retired from the United States Air Force, parent of Zoe Durant and Bella Moulton.
Amanda Cooper, first class from the Army, P4, mom of Gabriel Perez.
Please join us in the standing ovation for our servicemen and women.
First grade students will now perform your Grand Old Flat by George M. Cohan, led by Riley Joankowitz and Noah Rivera.
You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever a peace made way. You're the land of love, the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true for the red, white, and blue, and there's never a boast or brag. But should all the greatness be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. You will now hear from John Webster, retired sergeant from the United States Air Force.
Good morning. I'd like to first thank Principal Hoyt for inviting us here today and allowing us to come up and say a few words, and to thank each and every one of you for being here and honoring our fallen veterans. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Iwo Jima and a little bit of the history of it. In 36 days of fighting on Iwo Jima, there were 25,851 casualties. That means 1 in 3 were killed or wounded. Of these, 6,825 American boys were killed. Virtually all 22,000 Japanese perished. More U.S. Marines earned the Medal of Honor on Iwo Jima than any other battle in our history. So when you go out today in the corridor, you might see, you'll see a military display there, and there'll be some pictures of Iwo Jima. It is only one of the many battles that were fought back in World War II, and as well as the history of our country in all the different battles and all the different wars. And what does it mean? It means that when I look out upon all of you, I see the future of America, and I see the future leaders of our country. The brave men and women who are sitting here, young people, who will keep the tradition of our freedoms, who will do whatever it takes to make sure that the freedoms we enjoy will never be taken from us. I want to share a little poem with you. I may have read this once before, but I thought it would be important to honor my uncle who fought in Korea. And I wrote this when I was 17 years old. The night was calm, but my nerves were not still. They were still shaking from Pork Chop Hill. The battle was long and the guns were loud, and the whole down sky was one big cloud. And shell after shell, you could hear men shout, dig in, look out, look out. Moving ahead, I heard a mournful sound. My best buddy had hit the ground. Well, I couldn't stop to give him a hand, but hoped that he would understand. Well, we had finally taken that worthless hill, but what did it cost? No one could ever pay the bill. And I dedicated that to my uncle, Peter Ryan. He fought in World War II and Korea. He's no longer with us, but I just wanted to remember him a little bit. When you enjoy your holiday weekend, and you enjoy your hamburgers and your hot dogs, and your veggie burgers, or whatever else that you enjoy, remember that brave men and women paid the ultimate sacrifice that we can enjoy those freedoms. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one quick thing here as an artist, and that is the artwork on these programs and the beautiful thank you cards. I thank the entire staff of this school and all the teachers for working with such wonderful students, and I thank you for your artwork, and thank you for inviting us here today. God bless America, and God bless each and every one of you.
Thank you, Sergeant Webster. Second grade students will now perform This Land Is Your Land by Woody Guthrie, led by Ariana Outlet and Bennett Nicola.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and
Veteran Steve Costa, an old friend of South School, will now share some thoughts with you.
I've seen a lot of this today. Mrs. Boyd, did you bring this back for me? Or does this mean something else today? Can everybody hear me? Mrs. Boyd, Mrs. Honeywell, students, and staff, good morning. On Memorial Day, it is traditional to honor and remember those who fought and died during the time of war. Families will take time to remember loved ones whose memories live on because of their heroic sacrifice. In celebration of the souls who gave their lives for the freedoms of this country that they hold so dear, this entire town will join in a parade and a procession to the town memorial for a prayer and a 21-gun salute to honor the dead. But why should this Memorial Day be like all the rest? This year, as this country finds itself in time of war, we should take the time to honor our living American soldiers in addition to those who have died. A soldier knows the sacrifice he has signed up for, and although he is scared, he knows the well-being of the country is in his capable hands. The sacrifice of a soldier goes deeper than merely giving his life, because in doing so, he gives up some of the modern comfort many of us have grown so fond of. This Memorial Day, let's take some extra time to honor all soldiers living and dead. While we think about the loved ones we have lost to war, let us also take time to thank our grandfathers, fathers, husbands, wives, uncles, sisters, mothers, and friends who gave a part of themselves so freedom could live on in America. This Memorial Day, let us remember that what our troops need more than anything, in addition to unconditional support, is to know that America loves, appreciates, and needs them as much as they love and will do anything to protect America. For those of you who are new to this school, I am a custodian at Londonderry Middle School. Where are all the fifth graders? I'll see you in the fall. I'm also a member of the American Legion, life member of the VFW, and an Army combat veteran who served this flag on foreign soil from 1970 to 1971 in a little country called Vietnam. There I was awarded the Purple Heart for wounds received in combat, and this country's third highest award, the Silver Medal, a Silver Star for gallantry in action. You may ask, what is a veteran? A veteran, whether on active duty, retired, National Guard, or reserve, is a soldier who at one point in their life served their country, knowing full well that it might involve paying an ultimate price to preserve our freedom, their life. On Thanksgiving Day, we pause to give thanks for the things we have. But it is Memorial Day when we pause to give thanks to the people who fought for the things we have. So when you go to the cemetery and you see the graves adorned with the American flag, know that these military heroes gave up all of their tomorrows so we could have ours. Why should we remember? Sacrifice is meaningless without remembrance. Far too often the nation takes for granted the freedoms all Americans enjoy. Freedoms paid for with the lives of others few of us actually knew. By honoring the nation's war dead, we preserve the memory and thus their service and sacrifice. That it is the duty of each and every veteran to relay this message. Lastly, a grateful nation remembers and knows if we put soldiers in boots and we put those boots in harm's way, we must support them in every way. I am honored to speak before this school for the excellent job that this staff is doing in teaching their students how important this day really is to all of us. And for this, I salute you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Costa.
Third grade students will now perform God Bless America by Irving Berlin, led by Caroline Gary and Tyler Raymond.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Former South School student Cadet Joseph Gagnon of the United States Army will now share some thoughts with you.
Good morning, everybody. So while I have yet to take the oath and officially enter service, I'm currently a cadet learning everything that I'll need to know to be in the service. But what I want to talk to all of you about today is what you can do to help remember, to help honor, and to help serve those of us who have served in the past. While I was here at South Elementary and throughout the middle school and high school, I had a bunch of opportunities to be able to take part in something as simple as making stockings for veterans, to writing cards that would be sent to them while they're deployed. And now, after I've left, I've continued to be able to participate in events, to help raise money for veterans, and to help serve those who have served us. So what I want all of you to be able to do is, after today, as you continue as in your career here in Londonderry, is to seize those opportunities to be able to help our veterans, to be able to send a friendly little reminder to someone deployed overseas that you're thinking about them, that you're hoping for their safe return. Because those people who are deployed overseas, they're away from their families. There are those that are deployed right now that don't have the opportunity to be here with their families, to have the barbecues or the fireworks. So it's important that we remember them and we let them know and they're remembered. So last time I was here, I gave you all homework for the summer. So I'm going to give you another assignment again. Throughout this weekend or throughout the summer, if you find someone in uniform or with a cap or hat saying that they had served, thank them for their service. Let them know that you appreciate what they've done and that you understand that they've given what they've done for you. Let them know that you appreciate the sacrifice that they may have to give in the future and all the time that they've spent, that they've devoted. All right, thank you, South Elementary. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
Thank you, Cadet Gagnon.
Please all rise for the national anthem sung by 4th and 5th grade chorus. Also, please read. 4th grade students will now perform America the Beautiful by Kathleen Lee Bates, led by Madeline Murray and Eva Zaremba.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesties above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
Now, Sergeant Michael Evers, former South School student of the United States Army, will now share some thoughts with you.
Hi everyone, good morning. Before I begin, I would like to extend a thank you to Ms. Boyd and the South School faculty for allowing me the opportunity to speak to all you bright young faces. 17 years ago, I attended school, and you really don't feel how tall you are until you come back 17 years later, you know? So I want to speak to you guys about what it means to serve and what Memorial Day is all about. But before I begin, again, I'd like to also thank the brave men and women I am very lucky to call brothers and sisters in arms with me. So thank you, everyone. So I wrote down a piece of paper because I'm not too good at speeches. So some of the great things about serving is, you know, there's actually a lot of great things, and you know, it varies for everyone. You know, not everyone's service is the same, and everyone's different in their own aspects. Some awesome things are, you know, I got to see parts of the world that otherwise I never would have seen. You know, and I've never been more physically fit in my life. I'll be completely honest. I was kind of chubby when I was your age, so you make a lot of really good friends that you'll have for the rest of your life. Some of these people, they're only child in their families, and now they have well over 100 brothers and sisters. You have quite the amount of camaraderie as well. You know, you guys all suffer together, so everyone kind of links together, and you make a lot of unforgettable life experiences. And you learn a lot. You learn a lot about the world, about different cultures. You learn a lot about the military, because when I was your age, I didn't know anything about the military. You know, I always thought there was one branch, and it turns out there's 5. You know. But I'm going to get into the sacrifices of it now. You know, you leave everything behind when you go. You know, whether you do go overseas or not everyone gets to, but, you know, everyone who does go in takes up that call to serve. You know, you don't know what you're going into. You know, you never know what the next day can bring, whether it be you get into an accident or it's just kind of like normal life. You never know. You know, and so that's something that scares a lot of people. You don't get a lot of sleep. I like sleep, but I didn't get a lot of sleep while I was in it. Also, you have to deal with some bad weather sometimes. You know, sometimes you get hot days, sometimes you get hot nights, you get cold days, you get cold nights. You know, sometimes you have to huddle together with your buddies to actually get warm to go to sleep. You see a lot of bad things sometimes. Also, don't tell my mom this, but you get fed food that would probably give her a heart attack. She's Italian, so she, you know, my mom loves spaghetti, I love spaghetti. I don't know about you guys, but I love spaghetti. Spaghetti's great. And you look forward to like phone calls, 'cause, you know, you don't get phone calls like at home all the time. You know, you look forward to those rare occasions, those even rare occasions that you can actually FaceTime your family and see them, because most of the time you're away from home. So what does Memorial Day mean? Well, Memorial Day, it's a holiday to remember those that sacrificed everything for freedoms that we all have. Whether we serve or not, we all have freedoms, you know? It's not just about getting a day off or, you know, having a barbecue. And there's nothing wrong with having those. But it is that day to remember things. I remember on days like Memorial Day, I remember friends of mine like Corporal Ruben Vega and Sergeant Faustino Quintanilla, who, unlike me, they weren't lucky enough to be able to get out and take their uniforms off. And so I ask all of you to please enjoy your weekend, enjoy your barbecue, enjoy your day off. You all earned it, you really did. But please don't forget to remember those who can't, okay? Because that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to spend my day remembering my friends. Thank you.
Fifth grade parents will now perform My Country 'Tis of Thee by Samuel Francis Smith, led by Jay Darnell and Kylie Haliva. My country 'tis of thee, sweet and lovely, how they are singing. When my fathers died, and up the pilgrims back, every mountainside, every young rings.
Senior Master Sergeant Larry Backowicz, my dad of the United States Air Force, will now share some thoughts with you.
No, she doesn't listen to me here like she doesn't listen to me at home. I'm a little distracted today, and I apologize. Callie's grandfather is in the hospital right now. Callie's grandfather is a Vietnam veteran. He's a master sergeant, retired master sergeant of the United States Army, a Vietnam veteran of 3 tours. And right now he's in surgery. So what I wanted to do was, since I have a captive audience and we're all thinking about those who have served those who have sacrificed. What I'd like to do right now, with your permission and support, South School, I would like you to say good luck and thank you for your service as we kind of pan the camera around and we can send this to him as soon as he gets out of surgery. So please, start here. Thank you. So, in your loudest voice as possible, South School Elementary, we have permission. Please wish Tally's grandfather, my father-in-law, Wayne Cousino, Master Sergeant Wayne Cousino, good luck on his surgery, and let him know we're thinking of him. Thank you. Thank you for that. So I've been part of South School since 2011 with my other two older daughters. And this is my official last Parent of South School Memorial Day celebration. And so it's a sad day for me as well on that front. That in the past 7, 8 years that I've had the opportunity to come out here and talk to you all or just be part of this tremendous ceremony that Tally has moved on to middle school next year, and so I'm looking to sponsor a child next year so I can come back and be sponsors. I know, yeah, excellent. You guys are going to 6th grade. Anyways, all right, I got you. All right. She's bringing me back next year, Mrs. Boyd. Thank you very much for the invitation, Mrs. Boyd, Mrs. Honeywell, the faculty. I've had a great 7 or 8 years here. I don't remember how many years it's been. During that time frame, I've gone on 2 deployments with my reserve unit. I've been to Afghanistan. I've been to Kuwait. And every time I've gone, South School has been there supporting me and my troops and taking care of us, whether it be with your letters or the little events we got to do before we left, making the flag with our handprints, pretty cool. I still have all those. I have all my letters, I have all my flags. I keep them close to my heart. I keep them in my chest of things I've collected from all my deployments. So I want you guys to keep remembering that the freedoms that you celebrate this weekend, whether it be going to the beach, not this beach, but some other beach, going into your swimming pools, eating those hot dogs, hamburgers, or veggie burgers. Just make sure that you understand that the reason why you're able to do that is because these fine men and women that are over here and the ones that can't get home, and the price that they paid. So just take a few minutes this weekend and think about them. When you come out to the parade on Monday, come to the memorial, and take a few seconds, take a minute to kind of just remember that this world, this United States is bigger than just us. It's been built on the backs, blood, sweat, and tears of the men and women of our military for a couple hundred years. So with that, thank you very much. Thank you for all your support.
Thank you, Senior Master Sergeant Bachelor.
The chorus will now sing the anthem from each branch of the military.
We want to recognize those of you who have served or are serving in our armed forces, and so we invite you to stand when the theme song of your branch is sung. Please allow servicemen and women.
The chorus will now perform our Red, White, and Blue by Carl Hitzman.
symbolizes purity and innocence. The color blue sends vigilance, perseverance, and justice. Please stand to observe a moment of silence to honor our brave veterans who were lost preserving and ensuring our freedom. Thank you. Please remain standing while taps is played by former South School student Ross Carroll. When they are finished, please return to your classroom in respectful silence.